Blacklist Hunter here, and today we're going to talk about Tonpa, the rookie crusher, and why he's actually an underrated character. Tonpa was introduced since the very beginning of the Hunter exam when Gon, Kurapika and Leorio first set foot into the underground tunnel where all the applicants were gathered. We know that there are people who aspire to be hunters as much as there are stars in the sky, and every year only 1 in 10,000 actually make it to the exam location. Tonpa has managed to find the exam location every time since 10 years old. Somehow he did it. That speaks for itself on the capacity of Tonpa. Now we know Tonpa is no genius, but he is not a fool. Sometimes he can be very sharp. So Tonpa greets the main characters and introduces himself. To be honest, since the very beginning when I saw Tonpa, I kind of figured he was a tricky character somehow. Tonpa could immediately tell that Gon, Leorio and Kurapika were new, and they were surprised by Tonpa when he actually states that he has taken the exam since he was 10 years old and has tried every year since then in a total of 35 attempts. Tonpa goes on to say that he is an exam expert, and Kurapika and Leorio are like, that's not something to be proud of. But in reality, you know very well that's Tonpa acting innocent so he could trick them. Tonpa continues to show Gon the other examinees who have taken the exam previously, like Total the Wrestler, Bourbon the Snake Charmer, Garetta the Huntsman, Amori Brothers and others. We know very well that Tonpa can't do anything to any of these characters, but he definitely keeps tabs on everyone. After that, Hisoka is introduced by cutting the arms of the examinee, which was changed in the anime, and Tonpa warns the group not to go near Hisoka as he is dangerous, as last year Hisoka almost killed an examiner and got rid of 20 people. So that means Tonpa is real careful and he only goes after those people who he thinks he has a chance to trick. So the others notice Tonpa is talking to Gon and Kurapika, and they know that he is in action to execute his plans. Tonpa, the rookie crusher, he proposes the team a toast by giving them juice which has inside laxative poison, and Gon immediately can tell something is wrong with the juice and he thinks the juice has expired, and this leads to Kurapika and Leorio also not drinking it. Tonpa took the exam when he was just 10 years old, before even Jing was born, and something must have happened to Tonpa that triggered inside him this emotion to absolutely crush the newcomers to the exam. Maybe Tonpa, if he actually tried, he could pass the exam, or maybe Tonpa can't ever hope to pass all the tests and he wants others to experience what he has experienced, a humiliating mental breakdown. Tonpa continues to apologize to Gon. He acts all innocent like he didn't know the juice had expired, and in reality Tonpa is actually really perceptive and quickly gets himself out of difficult situations. He judged Gon as an innocent boy, and when he was chatting with Hanzo the ninja, he thought he had secured a win, but when Hanzo declined the juice, Tonpa immediately read his cold assassin eyes and immediately retreated and never approached him again. That speaks that Tonpa has good survival instincts and he is a good judge of character. Tonpa didn't approach Illumi because he was scared, so Tonpa only acts when he thinks he can secure a win. While on the other hand, the only one he couldn't trick was Nicholas the computer genius, as he already knew everything about Tonpa and his tricks. And the thing we have to note is that Nicholas actually complimented Tonpa on his performances in the previous exams. So that really adds that Tonpa is something different. He is really built different. Tonpa approached Killua and Killua drank the laxative juice, but in reality Killua was acting innocent and Tonpa was deceived by Killua's innocent behavior. He gave Killua multiple laxative juices and they weren't taking effect, making Tonpa surprised and wonder why their juice is not working. Tonpa is not evil though. He was slightly worried about Killua drinking too much of that juice, but at the same time he didn't tell him. Killua then reveals that he is immune to poison, and Tonpa is fired up to see this many new unique applicants and he couldn't wait to crush them. So Tonpa in reality is not straight up evil or a murderer, but he does resort to shady tactics to achieve his goals. Tonpa managed to run for more than 6 hours in the exam's first phase, and which almost even broke down the Oreo and many other applicants. Tonpa, if he got his aura awakened, he would absolutely learn Nen, no doubt about it. Tonpa went beyond by breaking down Nicholas by paying the Amori brothers to inflict psychological damage to him. Tonpa lacks real skill or courage, but somehow he manages to survive multiple phases phases of the Hunter exam, Tonpa's survival instincts are really next level. Tonpa even managed to survive the Milsey wetlands phase where different monsters were present throughout the whole distance. So in reality, Tonpa takes pride and satisfaction by sabotaging other applicants and leading them to fail by using various methods. Throughout the 35 years, Tonpa definitely has used a wide range of methods to destroy applicants' hopes. Tonpa in the second phase even managed to catch one of the spider eagle eggs in the ravine. So that means Tonpa has some guts and he can act when it's needed. While in the airship, he was trying to do some psychological tricks on Kurapika and Leorio, telling them not to fall asleep and be wary of the exam. So ultimately they wouldn't get sleep and be too weak for the next phase. But that didn't work. Tonpa would definitely be a manipulator or transmuter if he ever learned Nen. In Trick Tower, the main characters were grouped with Tonpa. Tonpa tried to use this team system to his advantage, hoping to drag the others down. Tonpa instantly surrendered the first one-on-one match against a prisoner named Bendot, which he was trying to do everything so the team's chances to win were lowered so they could fail. Tonpa was willing to betray them at any moment and he was focused on causing the group to fight between themselves. Tonpa is so good at analyzing on the spot, where he breaks down on how the team will fail once they start to argue and disagree between each other, which really shows at what next level deduction and manipulation abilities Tonpa has. He is really perceptive and he is good with his way of words. Tompa's entire presence in the Trick Tower was a burden for Gon, Leorio and Kurapika. He is certainly cunning. Tonpa states that he doesn't want to pass and he does this just so he can see the crushed faces of those whose dreams are cut off. He wants to see the newbies fail and suffer. So Tonpa really is a bad person if you really think about it. Cannot pass, so he wants to crush others and see their dreams fail. In Zevel Island, Tonpa managed to trick Leorio by acting as if Leorio wasn't his target. Tonpa is so good at acting and deceiving, he successfully managed to trick Leorio to give him medicine for his stomach so the other guy could attack him. He played the role perfectly and even set an offer to give Leorio information about his target. Tonpa had already planned and strategized with the guy who had a monkey by switching his badge with his own. That really shows that Tonpa has some sharp intellect and is clearly a master planner for his goals. He's really pretty smart. Tonpa ultimately was kicked in the head by Kurapika and tied down, and so ends the Rookie Crusher streak of Tonpa. He appears also in the Greed Island arc when Killua takes the exam again and he avoids Killua and tries to hide. Ultimately he was knocked out by Killua. A fitting end for Tonpa, but you already know he will take the exam again. Tompa's performances in the Hunter exam are simply very good. He has managed to survive all those years when thousands die. He has sharp intellect and truly can learn Nen if he tried to. Tonpa is underrated.